Welcome to Cut the Ish, Real Talk Sports, where we strip away the fluff and get straight to the heart of the game. From the hottest plays on the court to the controversies off it. We're breaking it all down with unfiltered takes and raw honesty. No sugarcoating, no holding back. Just real talk for real fans. Let's get into it.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Keisha with Cut the Ish Real Talk Sports. I hope you guys have had a fabulous day and a fabulous evening. We are out here in these 8 o'clock streets talking about some topics. We're gonna talk about the Jaden Ivey stuff that's been going on for the last 24 hours. We're gonna talk about why Flau'jae gets so much hate. And we also going to talk about this training camp roster for Team USA that's going down without Caitlin and Angel Reese on it. We're going to give our thoughts on that. But before I do all of that, let me welcome some of my people in the chat already. I know Dre Stewart. Look, we had to get our stuff together, Dre Stewart, but we here. It's been a long day. I want to say hey to Dre Stewart. Donna C, TW7525, and faithfully yours. Thank you for being here and being patient. I'm up here with my residential hater, Duvall. Duvall, you got anything you want to tell the people? Go ahead, dude. Tell the people before we get started.
I sent you a Instagram follow with the in your inbox about free stuff for April Fool's Day. So you got that. You know what I'm saying? So,
Free stuff.
Yeah, free stuff. You might buy a couple of things, but it is free stuff. So I sent you that to spread the joy of the holiday.
We got some April Fool for sure. You so damn crazy. Man, you woke?
I'm woke.
You want to tell them about your video before we get going?
I'm gonna tell them by the beginning and the end.
Okay.
Like I said again, if you haven't checked it out already, go to Full Court Trio. I got a couple videos out. One about Lauren Betts and one about Raven Johnson. Both of them have something to do with Angel, and you know what I'm saying? So if you want to really check that out and really see how those two people connect to the Chicago Sky situation. So I truly appreciate that. Like I said, it's in the Full Court Trio. Got a couple pre-records if y'all want to check out. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it.
Yep, we do. We truly appreciate it. We know we coming on a little late tonight. I'm still woke, but it's time. I didn't want to let the night go by, Devon, without talking about some of this stuff that's been going on down here in these Twitter streets. But y'all come. What's up, Cottage 81? What's up, Real Money in the Dark with a Smile? Y'all come on in the building. Is that Tactile 0459? What's up, Green Thumb, June Brown? I see y'all. Rolling up in here. Y'all come on in here. The ball needs some love too. I know y'all all saying hey to just me, but at least speak to him so he don't feel like he being left out.
Yeah. I want to feel love like he sweat, I guess.
Why was I just over there talking about something just ain't right? I was just singing that song. Keith. I said Key. Man, all these different people coming out as MAGAs. We're not gonna get into that though, y'all, chat. That's a different conversation.
For a different day.
For a different day. All I know is my heroes are falling left and right.
So those concert tickets. They falling left and right. Nobody don't want them now.
They falling left and right. I didn't even know the verses was going on between Tank and Tyrese until it was too late.
We did what 175 in the chat while that was going on. So that tell you they weren't too popular. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even know Tank and Tyrese was on. I didn't know Tank was out there calling himself clowning Tyrese what he had on. I was like, I looked at the clips the next day and I'm like, versus was this?
You know what I'm saying? It was reverses. Nobody ain't really care about that. Now they going on tour together. Do a
What?
figure.
Wasn't they in a group together?
They going on tour together.
No, I'm saying, wasn't they in a group together before?
Hell no.
No,
Right. No, nobody wasn't in no group with no Tyrese and Tank. Both of them crazy.
they was in a group together. Hold on. Y'all Tank and Ty. They did. Maybe I'm thinking about some other R&B. Yeah, they was in that TGT with Genuine.
See, I ain't
It
know
was
nothing about that.
it was Tank, Tyrese, and Genuine.
I guess that shit was short lived. They don't got one hit. Nobody don't give a damn about the group. Nobody don't even talk about it.
I
I mean,
think they was.
on thing I gonna say we still talk about LSG. You know what I'm saying? So so they ain't no LSG. So what I'm saying, ain't even worth discussing them when we talking about the
It's
group.
called TGT. You know, yeah, they used to tour together and sing to the ladies. So
Yeah.
that ain't nothing new for them to be going on. Little baby tour. No, you need to stop hating all the time, Devon. I don't know why you be doing that. It's not becoming.
Yeah, I got you. But like I
Well,
said again, I just had to remember it wasn't no group together. So I just said I just all remember. But at the end of the day, God bless them both. You know what I'm saying? One got real bad child support that need to pay back. And you know what I'm saying? Just on every dollar count.
I'm through.
And
Okay,
then
you
before you
done made me
start,
switch up. Go ahead. What's that?
hold on, I'm gonna tell you.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. What is the ball doing? Ain't no telling Chad. He over there doing something probably to be mean to my tank. Yeah, not the child support. Don't listen to Duval, y'all. He just be hating on our R&B heroes. That's what he be doing. He be hating on our R&B heroes because he didn't go to the show. That's all. The hell. But anyway, y'all, we gonna talk about, oh, what you say? You
I
went out
said,
for a minute.
I was gonna say I had mute myself. My fault. Play this video. It
All right.
got such an Instagram.
Yeah,
This
I
will
was
get the
like,
party started.
I said, this dude that went out, is he there? What the heck?
Now I
Okay, hold
muted
on.
myself on accident.
I was like, did you just send it?
I just sent it.
Okay. It's not this raindrop media thing, is it?
Yep. Play that.
You so stupid. Why are you taking us down this path? I don't, you ain't no damn good. Ah,
If you,
okay, here we go. I don't know what this is, chat.
be either. That's why you need to shut the hell up.
Front. Okay.
Have fun in prison. You look good. You're not gonna do nothing. Enjoy prison, baby. Yeah, I'm trying to find
What is going on, Duvall?
That
Is
what
that
happened.
your girlfriend?
I don't know, but that what happened when you ride Frontier Airline. So when you
That's
ride
your
Frontier
girlfriend.
Airline, that what you get.
That's, that's your girlfriend. They call her.
You look
Nah,
good. You're not gonna do nothing.
that what happened when you ride Frontier Airline. So that should wake y'all ass up.
Yeah, wake on up. So you trying to tell us you've been up all day trying to get out of jail, huh?
Basically, Dad and my Jaguars leaving for Orlando for a year. They'll be all right.
Yeah, you been. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Say these fractions. The ball had to go pick her up. He trying to act like he don't know it, disown her, but he went and got her. He went and
Yeah.
got her out the clink.
At the clink clink. Now
At
let's
least
get the
she
show
took.
started.
At least she told him he looked good. Hell.
Yeah. He might be a Puerto Rican. You know, they love them Puerto Ricans. I don't know why. They get all the love we don't.
We gonna start off with we're gonna start off with some real conversation, and then we're gonna lead it to all the others. But apparently, chat, since because I guess the Chicago Bulls ain't got nothing else going on right now. I guess they figured they would make news for other reasons, Duvall. And one of their players they released in the last 24, 48 hours. And it's because he espoused some views on Instagram Live that they didn't agree with. I'm gonna play a little bit of it, and then we're gonna talk about a couple of things. I got a couple of clips, y'all, so just bear with me. Different takes. We gonna give our take. Am I still froze? I'm not froze, right, Devon?
Nah, you ain't fro.
Okay. Yeah, because I did freeze for a minute. I had to change my Wi-Fi from the other network because it was acting crazy. But we're gonna talk about Jaden Ivey, his comments that he did on Instagram Live. We're gonna also talk about Chicago Bulls. Did they handle this the right way? And we're gonna also talk about corporate America. When you work for corporate America, I think people forget that even though you're playing a kid's game for a check, you're still in corporate America, Devon.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about that. So hold on, let me play what Jaden said that started it first, and I'll play a couple of clips from him, and then we'll get into what other people were saying. So hold on one second, let me get this up. Here we go, y'all.
That the world can proclaim LGBTQ, right? They proclaim Pride Month and the NBA. They proclaim it. They show it to the world. They say, come join us for Pride Month to celebrate unrighteousness. They proclaim it. They proclaim it on the billboards. They proclaim it in the streets. Unrighteousness. So how is it that one can't speak righteousness? How is it one that how are they to say that you man, this man is crazy?
Hold on, I got one more, y'all, and then we're gonna talk about it. Hold on, let go back. Uh,
That's why you got Steph Curry and he not even surrendered. And y'all believe he's a Christian. Y'all believe he's a Christian because he wrote Philippians 4:13. Y'all think he's a Christian. But he cursing just like the world. We are now almost ready to go, so please take your seats, fasten your seatbelt. Friendship with the world is enmity with God. He friendship with the world. He don't know Jesus. And I pray he comes to the truth. That him and his family will be saved in Jesus' name. Because all that stuff is not gonna matter on Judgment Day. All them rings he got. All them rings LeBron got. All them rings Michael Jordan got.
okay, Devon, we're gonna stop here for a minute. Okay. He spoke on Pride Month, how they proclaim it in the NBA, and they ask you to celebrate it, and he doesn't. Pretty much, he doesn't agree with that, um, based on his religion and based on his beliefs.
Yeah.
which is okay. I completely understand if you don't believe in a certain thing or it's against your beliefs. But my only question to you is the NBA, in my opinion, this is my opinion, chat, doesn't doesn't force you to have their views. They're just celebrating that community because it's a part of their fan base, if that makes sense what I'm saying. And for the NBA, it's all about the mighty dollar. They appeal to a lot of different groups
Yeah.
that consume basketball. So there are a lot of groups or ideologies or religions that I don't agree with, but we're all in this big collective watching NBA basketball. So if they want to show homage to those different groups at different times, like they do for us, I mean, we have Black History Month. We got the Latino night. We got um the Leprechaun St. Patty's Day. We do. You know what I'm saying? All these different things going on within the NBA as they cater to some of these communities throughout these nights. I mean, we were just talking about Atlanta trying to do Magic City night because that's part of their local culture, and they shut that. You know what I'm saying? But either way it go, it is all an appeasement to get dollars because the NBA is a business. Do you think? Do you think Jaden felt like they was forcing it down his throat? I'm trying to understand what made him feel the need to push back in this way because Pride Month has been going on for, oh Lord, Duvall, a long time. I mean, they have a pride parade down here in Dallas every year. They advertise it and everything. They have a good time out there. I don't never go, but I don't. I don't feel the need to get upset because they having it. Does that make sense? What I'm saying? But he is upset and saying he's getting persecuted because he's righteous. So let me know. And then the thing about the other clip about he calling people not Christians. I don't pretend to know a man's heart, so I'm not going. I'm not going to tell you whether you're a Christian or not. You see what I'm saying? I'm not. I'm not going to do that. But he felt the need to tell people about the rings and they're not going to get in because of the rings and then blah blah blah. I think everybody knows that. So give me your take on it. I don't know.
Okay. Let me say this. First and foremost, that's his Miss Ivy's son. If y'all know who Coach Ivy is, say Notre Dame coach. That's her son. So he was I want to say a fifth pick in the draft for Detroit Pistons at one point. He was
He
highly thought
was.
of. He was highly sought after. I guess part of it he didn't work out in Detroit, so this was his second team. So that, in my opinion, part of it why he getting the treatment that he's getting because his draft status make him expendable, which is unfortunate. Because like
I
I say
agree there.
again, it's reality of the situation. It's the more important you are to the NBA or even in no corporation, the more people would deal with you, even if you had different beliefs.
Right.
When it comes to him, first thing people gonna ask is his mental health is okay? Because the way he has been rambling is like, not to say he's incoherent, but he's saying a lot of run-on sentences. It's not really well thought out. He just speaking just to be speaking. And so people question, say really his mindset at this moment when he's talking to, saying whoever his audience is.
It doesn't seem focused or I know what you're saying. It's almost like I'm having these random thoughts and that's what I hate about social media because you lie to yourself and you think that people want to hear your innermost thoughts whenever they come to your head and that's not what social media is for. But let me let you keep cooking.
As far as him being in trouble for the LGBTQ comments, it's like the world in the sports world, most importantly, is being more inclusive to more groups than
Mm-hmm.
ever. So you can't be as open about criticizing certain groups like you once did. And I'm not saying that the NBA is wrong, because then if I was to say that, then I'd go back to the late 80s when, we had Caucasian managers and Caucasian coaches criticize the black people.
They did.
And if we were screaming cry wolf for those situations, we got to be fair and loud, saying these organizations to stand firm for these beliefs, even if we
Mm-hmm.
don't agree with them.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes people just gotta understand, saying nothing says a lot. You don't have to say everything publicly. You don't have to say everything in front of the audience, because everybody's not here to, say to comprehend your thoughts and to, saying to champion your beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
That's just not what everybody is here for. Yeah, everybody here is to listen, but that don't mean people gonna follow everything you're saying. Because if we want to be honest, and I want to take this outside the sports world for a second,
Mm-hmm.
what you think Chile's going through?
Mm-hmm.
Chile had these, saying MAGA thoughts, thinking that, say people was on sign up for that and not realizing her core audience is African American women. And so once, saying she got exposed for her thoughts, now the concerts are tanking. Because
Mm-hmm.
like I said, these women want to be heard. They want to be respected. And so as the LGBTQ community. And
Mm-hmm.
so even if we don't agree with their lifestyle, these organizations that want everybody to be inclusive want to show these organizations that they are respecting their beliefs, even if they don't agree with them.
Mm-hmm.
And so with a guy like Mr. Ivy, he just has to understand that you can't speak on everything and expect everybody to follow you. This is not the platform to do that with, especially when you making millions and millions of dollars. Sometimes you just have to bite your tongue, do your job, keep your head down, and wait for the right time. Maybe it's a day when you retire and you just done with basketball. Then to have these conversations. But until then, you cannot speak on situations that people is not comfortable talking about in the open area. And so he had to pay the price for him not really thinking this through. And which saddens me, because if your mother is a great coach, she should be somebody that really breaks down to him the ramifications of, speaking on things that maybe not be as comfortable to others. And so, like, even in her case, remember last year, she did the right thing and not saying nothing. When the Hidalgo and Olivia Miles, saying religious and sexuality clashes happened behind the scenes with Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
She had to eat that. She couldn't just come out and say what she believed, because she got people she wanted to recruit.
Yeah.
And in a league that's really favor and cater to LGBTQ community, like, saying the WN college women's college basketball, she had to understand that, hey, this is not her fight, and she can't just speak on stuff that could really get her persecuted. So she had to say nothing. And so in his case, she should explain to him that, hey, saying nothing is good sometimes. Saying nothing is, hey, you not speaking on situations that could really cause a ripple effect with your life and career. There's a
Mm-hmm.
time and place for everything, and he just had to know this wasn't his time to speak on something that the NBA as a whole had to stand firm with the LGBT community, because, like I say again, they want to include all cultures when it comes to their exclusivity to their league.
Mm-hmm. I will say this. My only problem with some of it is this, and there are a lot of sins that are going on in the world today, and for some reason, the one that gets talked about the most or attack the most. You don't see anybody attacking people that beating their wives or sexually assault women. Quit. You don't see. You see it, but you don't see it to where it's a constant thing because we've all come short of the glory, Duvall. So even though I work at a place, like you said, time and place, it is still not my place to shove my beliefs down the throats of other people I work with, making them feel, because a lot of people not gonna say anything, but they start to feel uncomfortable
Yes.
because I am shoving my beliefs and my judgments down their throat. And even though some people don't say anything, you are still being a part. You yourself are becoming a part of the problem because the Bible says we're supposed to love everyone.
Yeah.
We're supposed to include everyone. We're supposed to administer to each other to try to get us back on the right path. But we're not supposed to be shunning each other or judging them to where you feel like you are the moral compass for the NBA. First of all, the NBA is a business. I, I, I can't say that enough. If you're looking for moral values from a corporation, then you are sorely misguided and I think that comes to his being young and not understanding how all this works. I'm a little older in the game, you a little older in the game. We know when a business is trying to make money, they don't give a damn what we think is right or wrong. The ball. So there's a lot of stuff that has happened at work that I didn't agree with, but you know how that is, Deval. If you went home and went live on your Instagram, because you can, and talked about an event at your job, what do you think will happen?
It'll be detrimental. Matter of fact, while I talk, I want you to play something on your on front of your Instagram that I'll show you, just to show you how organizations carry themselves when it comes to certain beliefs and certain things that they stand for when it comes to their messaging and branding. So play that from your Instagram. Let me know when it's up, and then we can go from there.
Is this a Chick-fil-A thing?
Yeah, play that.
Okay, here we go.
You ain't have to say out loud. You could just put it up. Then you ain't have to say out loud what it is.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure I don't be pulling up the wrong stuff. Yeah, you know I got like 1,500 tabs going on. Here we go, y'all. Hold on. Let me pause this and make it bigger. What is happening in this video? Here we go.
Stop it.
What Chick-fil-A is this?
They all got terminated. All of them got terminated because Chick-fil-A have a certain belief system.
They do.
And you can't represent yourself in a certain way when a certain organization have a belief system. They know that Chick-fil-A is very pro-Christian. So when you do stuff like this, it don't represent and it don't align with their messaging. That's why Chick-fil-A closed on Sundays. And so I played this video so you can understand that, hey, these organizations have their own messaging and their own, core values that they want to instill within their audience base. And when you do stuff like this, like I said again, they have to make a stand, even if they don't think it's anything detrimental, but to them it might, interfere with their messaging. And so that's why you got to understand that if you, Mr. Ivan, know that the NBA is trying to really have an exclusive league with all religious creeds and audiences and and races,
nationalities, cultures. They are a global brand.
And so if they want to include all these people, they can't just allow you to really spew this negativity on certain cultures when they try to make it exclusivity to everyone. And so somebody asked, why does a grown man need to be told by his mother about, say how to speak on certain situations? Because that lady is already in the media. So she should have her son media trained. Fairly or unfairly, she should have her son media trained when it comes to these situations because she's already in the media. She already got to dodge and really like navigate through certain negative landmines when it comes to her own job and her own background and her own locker room. So she also need to instill those same values to her son because at the end of the day, that would not get him in a situation where he's losing his career because of it. So yes, certain situations where if your mother is experienced in those situations, she needs to put you in a position where you can navigate those situations without being crucified because of it. That's all I'm saying.
Hold on one second, because I get where you're coming from. But as a mother of children myself, you can teach them and they still go a different way. I'm gonna play him. His words. We're gonna get it directly from him about his family trying to stop him. And he said, nah, because he married too.
Those who are around me, those are my family members betraying. Because of what I spoke. The truth. Saying that I'm losing my mind. Saying that I'm crazy. These are my own family members. My blood. Man, he's psycho. He's this, he's that. Those are my own household. That's why my wife in here and she not even texting me. Those
The ball.
I know sometimes a person could dismiss and say discount his or her advice from people that's around them, but you gotta give it to them anyway. You
Oh,
gotta
I'm
do
pretty
what you
sure.
can.
I'm not saying you. What I'm saying is, I 100% believe his mother called him and told him to stop, and he didn't.
I know, but that's why I'm trying to tell the audience that she has to attempt to do it. She can't just say, "Hey, he a grown man. He can say what he wants." She knows that a lot of this could fall on her, so she has to continue. She has to continue and plead with him about his messaging and how it affects his family. Because like right now, his wife is not talking to him. His family turned his back on him. So you know what I'm saying. So it's detrimental to his family what he's doing right now. So that's why you got to constantly do the right thing and get to this young man and try your best to really reason with him about his actions and what he's doing and how it could affect not only himself but others. Because like I said, if he got children that's of age, I believe he don't as of this time, but if he did,
I
those
think he
children,
do.
do they go to school at this time?
No, they little. They little
So that's
baby.
what
They
I'm
little
saying.
bitties.
So
Yeah, yeah,
if
they
they'll
little
go to
bitties.
school, they would have to deal with that at school. They would have to deal with his actions at school. And so you have to think about all those things. So yes, I don't care how grown a person is. A parent should always try to do their best to navigate and critique, but most importantly, guide his or her child to the right direction, even if they're not listening to it. You don't give up on the messaging. You don't give up on your guidance and your teaching because at the end of the day, if you do that, then you're not showing the love that he or she needs. You have to continue the messaging, even if that person is being rebellious and stubborn towards it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, he got three babies. You see, they little. Hmm.
And so you just can't never give up. That's my main messaging for
Hmm.
anybody. Even if your child is going off the hidden path.
Yeah,
You
you gotta
don't
keep
give up
trying.
now. You
Yeah, you
got,
gotta
you can't give up the messaging. I don't care how grown they are. You can't give up the messaging because your actions as a grown man don't just affect yourself; it affects other people around you. So you have to continue to hammer home the message, even if he not listen to it, even if she not listen to it. You can't give up on it. That's my main. That's my main point. She has to continue to really guide him in the right direction, even if he's right now is not in his best frame of mind. What some people are saying.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like,
that.
yeah. And I didn't want to say that because you know how we are, Deval. I never want to accuse nobody of not being right about. I'm not no professional, so I'm not gonna be up here saying that he this or that. I'm just saying, listen to what I would tell a young man is listen to people that love you. Everybody, but see, when you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing, I've learned this. When you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing, everybody that's telling you to stop, you perceive it as an attack instead of perceiving it as constructive criticism that that person is trying to help you. You know what I mean? Hold on, let me get the money right
I was
quick.
about to say something. I didn't want to interrupt you while you're talking, but yeah, I
Hold
also
on.
said that's out there.
Thank you for the $5 super chat, John Shaft. He said, sign Brittany Sykes, Tina Charles, Ray Burrell, and Odyssey Sims. All dogs and all WNBA defensive team selects Trey Atkins, Sloot, and Cardoso.
We'll get
John
to that.
Shaft, Shaft, we gonna get to that. You just keep that in your mind. You keep that in your mind. But yeah, I think he just needs to he need to listen. But I will say this: when you try when you're going off the rails and people trying to stop you, sometimes you get defensive and y'all don't know what y'all talking about. I can say what I want to say. You can say what you want to say, Deval. You just have to be ready for the consequences of it. This is freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want to say. Nobody stopped them on the live. You can say whatever you want to say, but you can't control how where you work or your family members or how it's going to affect other people around you. But you can say whatever the hell you want to say.
I will say this, because we got mainly female audience. So I'm gonna relate this to a relationship standpoint, and so the females can understand. How many times we had females that dated guys that they know was no good, and the family told them that was no good, and they know the guy was no good, but they want to date the guy anyway, not only because of the excitement factor, but because they wanted to have rebellions against their parents to show independence. And sometimes you can't just do stuff just to show your independence. Sometimes you have to think about stuff big picture. But a lot of times kids or even young adults will do things to try to show rebellion and independence against their parents or against people that love them instead of doing what's right, even if they know what's wrong is in front of them. And so it's just one of those situations where it just if he's being defiant and defensive of his freedom of speech towards his parents or towards people that love him, that's why we in the situation that we are in now when it comes to his, behavior. So it just sometimes you just have to continue to fight. Even if he see what's wrong, eventually he gonna wake up and understand that wasn't the way to, handle
To
his
navigate this topic.
yes.
Yeah.
Especially not in especially not at a time playing for an organization that want to include all of these religious and racial groups.
And you know the other thing that kills me about some of this is as a consumer, as a customer, me and you both are consumers and customers. We get up here and we talk sports and topics. I never felt like Pride Month was for me.
No.
So it never crossed my mind to be mad about it. It's just like sometimes let me tell you, I participate in a little Cinco de Mayo.
Yes.
but but really and truly, Cinco de Mayo ain't really for us, the ball. You
Neither
know
is
what I'm
St.
saying?
Patrick's Day.
Neither is St. Patrick's Day. You either partake if you want to have fun and have some green drinks, or you don't, and it's okay. Nobody's forcing you to be a part of the leprechauns twirling around with their beer. Nobody's forcing you to do that. So that's the way I felt about it. I don't understand. I don't understand why he felt the need to do that. But I think, like you said at the top of the hour, I think he's going through a lot with his rehab, and he's been hurt. Was he traded to the Bulls?
He traded to the Bulls. Dealing with, you gotta understand, he's dealing with the bus label. And what I mean by bus label is like he didn't live
Yeah,
up to the draft status that he was designated for when he got drafted by Detroit.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
sometimes that could be a heavy burden that, say you don't get the same type of respect as a Cade Cunningham, who was a high draft pick for Detroit, but is successful and was an
Right.
MVP candidate. So he get that type of love, adulation, and gratification from not only the organization but from the public because of say he living up to expectations. But
Hmm.
Mr. Ivy didn't. And
Right.
unfortunately, you get shifted off to another team. You get ridiculed by the previous fan base not living up to your draft status. And that can also be a detrimental effect on your emotions and your psyche and how you view things because of your experiences. Because everybody can't handle the experience with grace and joy. Some people some people drown under expectations. And maybe he drowned under expectation because at the end of the day, he couldn't live up to what was his status as a basketball player.
Hmm. Hmm. And I, before we get off this topic, I got one question. Quick. Should the Bulls have waived him?
No, but I understand why they did.
Hmm.
Because the Bulls got the, what I'm saying, they got to err on the side of caution. It's no different than the Donald Sterling situation. You could ask yourself the question, well, if the NBA knew that Donald Sterling was a racist since the early 2000s, but yet they turned a blind eye, should they have reacted the way they reacted because of the Magic Johnson, conversation? And the
Hmm.
answer is yes, because at some point you got to think about your customer base. And you can't just continue to turn the blind eye to something when it becomes so detrimental and a friction of what's going on with your organization that people don't want to be a part of it anymore. So you
Hmm.
just have to, sometimes you just have to bite the bullet and do what's right, even if it's not fair.
Hmm. I think yeah, I agree with you. I understand why they did it. His talent wasn't good enough to look the other way, um, and let it blow over. Because I mean, people that said all. I mean, people that retweeted stuff. People that said all kind of stuff, and they stay on the roster. You know what I mean? But you know how it is. Your talent got to be good enough to sustain that for the organization. For them, it's called a risk analysis, risk reward. So I don't think the Bulls viewed him as an asset that would return on their investment to the point that they could overlook um, these rants he's doing on Instagram Live. And why he got to keep going live? Who he think he is? Us?
You don't got that kind of audience, but whatever.
Who he think he is? Live on the plane, live in the park, live in the car. Who he think
You think he killed Brooks, but I guess, so we're going to move past that.
we gonna move on. But I will say this: this young man is a father. He is a husband, and I hope his mother can get through to him and whoever he looks up to. I hope somebody can get through to him and understand that hey, social media love to see people crash out. They
They like,
enjoy it.
they love an accident.
Yeah.
Everybody loves accident.
Some people in the chat ain't in that chat because they like you, Jaden. They in there to see the train wreck.
Same thing that people see us in. They just like seeing me with the train wreck. And you know what I'm saying? That's why, love me and hate me, they watch. And so that's why we do the numbers that we do. But I'm going to say this when it comes to Jaden Ivory. I'm going to pray for you, brother. I
Me
love
too.
you. So you're an African American male. I will never want to see anybody of my color get something taken away from them because, they're not comprehended or even having complete thoughts of what they're saying in the moment. So I hope Miss Ivy, Coach Ivy, I hope you can navigate this. I hope you can get other people involved to help you navigate this. And eventually y'all can come up with a resolution where he could regain his career and still,
Hmm.
understand the
Yeah.
consequences of speaking when you unspoken to when it comes to certain things. I pray for them. I pray for you, Jaden Ivy, my brother, and I love you.
And I'm glad them babies are little because Lord Jesus, if they was older, man, the internet is undefeated. I always say that. The internet is undefeated and they harass everyone. They don't care if it's your kid, your husband, your auntie, or the neighbor down the street. They'll mess with you. So yeah, we gonna move on from this and we gonna go to where we going next, Deval? Where you wanna go? Where
Wherever you
you
want to go
wanna
on,
go?
I can spin it.
All right. We gonna go in order then. Hold on, let me take him down. Let me take him and the babies down. And let me go over here and see what I because see Deval about to talk about something and I'm hoping he don't get cussed out when it's all said and done. But I'm gonna let him go there, chat, because he my brother from another mother, and I can slap him around if he get too crazy. You know, you know. But he about to try to talk about my people, and I'm gonna let him for a little while. I'm gonna put some guardrails on him, but he ain't like he mad care about no guardrails. But Deval,
Yeah.
simple question. My girl had an unbelievable college career. A lot of things that happen in this young lady's career don't happen to a lot of people. They don't. She's a national champion. I don't care if it's with Angels, she's still a national champion. She 2000 past 2000 points, career points. Um, she represented my school well. I would say that we made a lot of money off of Flau'jae. She made a lot of money. Why she get so much hate?
It's three things.
Okay.
Thing number one, her mother. Her mother speak on things that she shouldn't speak on. Her mother tried to justify her shortcomings, and people just don't want to hear that. And when you are a mama and an agent, you can't miss the two. The agent should have told the mama, hey, sometimes some things just better unsaid. And so when she spoke on the Angel situation with the GPA and everything,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was a controversy. Now you saying hey, Flau'jae is winning life because she got more money than all the other players that's playing on that court. And she lost to this team like 18, 19 times. Now
But
that's a
she didn't
controversy.
lose to him. She didn't lose to him 18, 19 times.
Well, somebody lost to him 18, 19 times.
Oh,
She
maybe
played
she
4 years,
did.
so but I say she lost to him
Yeah,
12 times. 12 times.
yeah,
So
she didn't do that. Not the whole time. But
well,
anyway, I get where you come from.
so 12 times. So when you lost to a team that many times, the last thing people want to hear is you telling the audience that she's winning life. Because what you telling us is this:
Uh-huh.
winning and losing don't matter. She getting paid anyway, and that's the last thing our audience want to hear. Because when they invest their money and their emotions into a player or a team, they don't want to hear that that player is not showing that same emotion and core values as they showing to them. People like to feel like, especially I want to say, artists want to feel mutually exclusive. They want to feel like the respect and love is equal. Even if it's not, they want to feel like it's equal. And so when she says stuff like that, and she, constantly tweet certain shady stuff towards certain players and Angel and everything, that's a big factor. So the mama, that's one.
Okay.
The second one is, so the world fans is mad at, say Kia Brooks, including Savannah. She called out Savannah her home, I guess her hometown, by their lack of support, blah, blah, blah. So how you think they feeling? So let me move past that. Now you got Angel fans. Again, we're going back to the GPA. When you put that type of negativity out there, and that negativity followed this woman to this very day, Angel fans gonna always blame you for that. Angel fans gonna always blame you for, slandering her name at a time where she was getting attacked for all over when it comes to white media and white nationalist group and conservative groups and and MAGA America in general. The Angel fan gonna feel like you added to the situation, not divorced from it. You added to the situation. And then what adds insult to injury is your daughter, instead of, just staying quiet, staying low, you want to admit publicly that you and her ain't friends. And then on top of that, you want to line up with her ops that's causing all of this anguish and, negativity towards Angel. Yes, Angel fans going to be upset with you. Because at the end of the day, they're going to look at it like, okay, you see what this woman going through and you added to it. Not say shield Angel from it, but not being a part of the hate train. It's no different than, that's why I always relate Angel and Caitlyn in this situation. I always relate them to the female rap game. Nicki will never forgive Cardi because Nicki always gonna feel like Cardi is the reason why she got so much hate and her career was on decline because of this woman. She always gonna be the face of that. And so she would never forgive that. And so in Angel case, and Angel fan case, they gonna feel like Flau'jae and her mother is the reason why she is having this hate train with the Clarkies and the MAGA in America. They gonna feel like they contribute to that instead of them not trying to disengage from that situation. So that's secondly. And then lastly, what Angel said, before I keep going, she did not say they weren't friends. She just said they weren't close as they used to. So you can read into that what you want. It's different than somebody just saying, hey, we're not friends. Me and Keisha could say, hey, we're not as close as we used to if we don't do a show together like we usually do on 2 days a week. That doesn't mean me and Keisha say we're not friends. We just say we just maybe don't have the same bonding. That's a totally different connotation or word choice than you coming out just saying you're not friends. Is that correct, Keisha, before I keep going?
I would say the choice of words is pretty. To be honest with you, I got the same thing from both statements that they wasn't.
Yeah, but we know what they were saying. But Angel used a choice of word to try to not say they're not friends, but they're not close. Mm-hmm. So you could still spin into that if you want to have a hope that hey they could get back together or they could resolve whatever issues that they have. But when somebody just come out and say they're not friends, and then you hanging with the ops and you try to celebrate the ops and you trying to push up the ops, knowing that the ops is the reason why this girl having, not say mental health issues, but having issues to the point where she had to go to a therapist and everything else. Nah, you can't come back for that. You can't come back from that, that type of negativity.
You can't come back from it. You can't come
back
from it.
That door is closed. Wow. That door is closed. You know what I'm saying? She can't trust you no more. You made that one feel betrayed. So anyway, so you got her mama, huh? Go ahead.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on before you get to the next. Thank you, Jay Thompson, for the $100 super chat. Thank you, thank you. He said, "Thank you guys for covering my favorite team this year, the LSU Lady Tigers, from Tiger Nation and NOLA." What's up, Jay? Thank you, thank you, thank
No.
you.
Keep Jay up there. Jay, you want to come in and co-host the show with me? You can come on here and co-host the show with me because, like I said again, you like to donate. But I want to tell y'all something before I keep going. I appreciate all y'all in the chat, man. I appreciate all of y'all. If y'all donate or y'all just be engaging with the chat, if y'all give us a listen and view, I appreciate all of y'all. I love all of y'all from the bottom of my heart. I thank y'all for being here. Because y'all could be anywhere else. Y'all could watch anybody else. Y'all can watch any sitcom or any repeat of the TV show. But y'all here with us to engage in the conversation, a nice and respectful conversation. So I sincerely thank all of y'all for being here tonight. And thank all of y'all for whatever donations or, financial support you want to show us. So thank you. I appreciate you. So
Keep looking for your third thing.
my third thing gonna be South Carolina. South Carolina gonna hate her because one, she is an LSU Tiger. They may, if you like it or not, they are a rivalry. I don't care how many times South Carolina beat LSU. LSU gonna always be considered the cool school that South Carolina never gotten. And so it's always gonna be that resentment because they should have the celebrities that the LSU, contingents has.
They want to be the show, but they can't be.
They can't because you got to think about it. The A-list celebrities for LSU. You got Shaq. Mm-hmm. You got, Joe Burrow. Mm-hmm. You got Angel. You got Olivia Dunn. And it's Dunn? Okay. Yeah, you got her. Yeah. So, and then you got, Flau'jae an A-list celebrity, but she more a B-list celebrity. It's just like Joe Burrow. But then you got Flau'jae. So all five of those names I just named is more famous than anybody that South Carolina ever had. And that's including Asia Russell. And it's not even close. Mm-hmm. And that's where the stigma gonna always be, and that's where the resentment gonna always be for South Carolina to LSU. They beat their brains in every single time up until this point. But LSU will always be considered the cool school, the school that, they got the swag and the aura that South Carolina could never garnish when it comes to their organization and their school and how they being perceived.
Justin Jefferson.
Mm-hmm. But he's not a star like that. He's a great player. Cause I can name a lot of great players. Cause I can name one that was an A-list celebrity, but he fell off, and that was OBJ.
Oh yeah, OBJ. I get Sha'Carri Richardson.
Even if A-list celebrity.
Even if she is beating up on a boyfriend. Now, never mind. That's a legend.
But I'm saying, all those names we just named, those are A-list celebrities or B-plus celebrities. Right. That South Carolina just don't have. Aaliyah Boss is not that. You know what I'm saying? Tessa Johnson is not that. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Raven Johnson is not that. Mm-hmm. Asia Wilson is that, but she ain't on the level of those players that I just named. And that's just the reality of the situation. So they're going to always be resentment from South Carolina to LSU because of that reason alone. And then on top of that, because of Angel being the A-list celebrity and Flau'jae's name always attached to her, which helped her fame, that going to give her negativity from that side of the fan base as well. Because it's not like Anissa Moore is not, she attached to Angel, but not like that. Not like Flau'jae was. Right. And so that's a different connotation. That's why the betrayal of how Flau'jae and her mama did hurts Angel more because they was attached to each other. It'd be equivalent of if Kay Martin was to all of a sudden slander Caitlin Clark's name. It will hurt badly because they're attached to each other in a way where Kay Martin became fourth in the league in jersey sales just off of Caitlin's name. The girl wasn't no good. But she did it. She got fourth in the league in jersey sales off of Caitlin's name. She sold more jerseys in Vegas than Asia. That's a fact. She did. Yeah, Asia was fifth that year. Angel was second. Caitlin was first. And Sabrina was third because she's New York. We all know what the real deal was. So, this is what I'm saying. So, that's why Flau'jae was hated the way she was hated. Because you have South Carolina fans and how they feel about her and LSU in general. Then you got Angel fans that feel like they were betrayed by her and her mother, and how her mother slandered her name at a time when she was getting all this hate mail and hate, you know what I'm saying, and this hate train from white media and white MAGA. And then you got the mother itself, who supposed to be the manager, but saying stuff that's detrimental to not only Flau'jae, but to her team itself. Making Flau'jae feel like she was bigger than the team, make Flau'jae feel like she was excluded from the team, and the team should just get their own hate, and Flau'jae should get a pass. And it didn't help that Flau'jae did not live up to expectations this year as a player that's supposed to be somebody that carries a team to a championship. So now, going back to Angel fans feeling like, see, you're not a leader. See, you can't do without my GOAT. You know what I'm saying? My GOAT carried y'all to the championship. Even her junior year when she scored 18 points a game, Anissa Moore was the best player on the team. So it's like, when it came to you being the best player on the team, Flau'jae, you couldn't do it. And so now people looking at you sideways like, how good is you really? How focused are you really? Is you really focused on basketball, or are you just focused on branding? Is you focused on basketball, or are you just focused on rapping? Is you focused on basketball, or are you trying to get into the fashion world? People going to start having these questions about Flau'jae because she didn't live up to what her name and her game could have been as a player. So that's why she getting all this hate. Hate come with expectation. Like I said, we ain't have no expectations for what's the girl name? What's the girl name? Flau'jae. We ain't had no expectation for her. You know what I'm saying? We'll hope that she did well, but if she didn't do well, we ain't really care too much because, like I said again, we already see that she was a disappointment coming out of South Carolina. Now, South Carolina had expectations for her, but LSU didn't. And so everything we felt like we got from Flau'jae was going to be a bonus. But we had expected Flau'jae to be one of the best players in the country. We expected Flau'jae to be the person that carried this team to places and heights that they didn't be in since Angel took them to the championship in 2023. That would come with expectation. Greatness come with expectation, and she did not live up to greatness. And so people are upset with that. And that's all that is to it.
And so, well, she too in the NIL stuff. Even right now. And she ain't playing no more. Some of it is also like Kia Brooks said, they winning in life.
Yes. That's
some of that's envy.
But that go back to the South Carolina thing. That's why I said the South Carolina fan base. Because think about this. Raven Johnson going to be a 2 to 3 time champion. She's not as big as Flau'jae, and it's not even close. How you think that made South Carolina feel? Asia won 4 MVPs, 3 championships, scored all these points. She might have the most points in WNBA history when it's all said and done. 2-3 times Olympian. You know what I'm saying? She not Angel Reese. Not even close. I'm going to tell you how famous Angel Reese is. We care about that sorry-ass boyfriend that she got. And you know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for Angel, we wouldn't even know who that nigga is like that. And that just keep it real. We just going to be honest. We going to be honest. We wouldn't. Wendell Carter was a bust. He was a bust out of Chicago that got traded a couple times. He in Orlando.
Magic, so I don't know how he playing.
He got traded to Orlando. He was a bust a couple times. You know, so he'll be a security if it wasn't for him being attached to Angel Reese. He get more interviews than he would normally get from media because of his attachment to Angel Reese. You know what I'm saying? That's just reality. Asia is not famous like that. She's not famous to the point where she rivals her Angel Reese, despite all the stuff that she accomplished. And that tells you that South Carolina is not being pushed into the media consciousness as a LSU, even though South Carolina beat LSU brains in 18, 19 times. And that would cause resentment from one school to another because they want to see that other school fail because they feel like that other school is extremely overrated when it comes to their fame and their celebrity. Period point blank.
So what you saying is, we the show.
Yes.
And when you are the show, it's gonna come with all this other things in the gumbo pot, as my mama would say. All these other things. So everything you do is under a microscope. Everybody's watching, and everybody got an opinion, and that's just what comes with being a part of the show.
Put it this way, I give you a perfect example. Flau'jae made $5 million in NIL this year, right?
Oh yeah, I didn't know the number. Did she? Okay,
Yeah, she made $5 million this year. She talked about it on the Kiki Palmer show.
okay,
Remember when we had the Kiki Von video? She said she made $5 million.
okay.
Do you think the whole starting five for South Carolina made $5 million?
Look, I don't know. I can't pocket watch. I don't know.
You know damn well they ain't made $5 million together. You know
You ain't gonna
that.
give me a.
You know.
You not gonna. They not gonna be quoting me on Twitter.
You may they quote me. They quote me all they want to. You know damn well they ain't made no $5 million as a starting five, and that girl made $5 million by a goddamn self.
Yeah, I can't see old Kai and
None of them ain't made $5 million together. None of them starting five. Tessa, Raven, Tanai Lesson. You know what I'm saying? Oka. You know I love Oka. Hope she goes to Chicago Sky. And the other center. I don't want to say is it Joyce?
Let me see if I can pull up the NIL leaders right now. Okay.
They ain't made $5 million together. Matter of fact, even with this the NIL story this week, the only South Carolina player that's on here is Raven Josh at 10. Raven at 2. Flau'jae at 2. She at 10. So like, you know what I'm saying, they ain't made $5 million together. But Raven made $5 million by a damn self. And so, you know what I'm saying, that caused resentment. Because like I said, LSU is considered the cool school. Even though South Carolina keep beating their brains in.
They are.
That's why South Carolina keep enjoying beating their brains in. Because, you know what I'm saying, they know they not getting the respect that from the media, national media, that they should be getting, like LSU has received. We see Flau'jae get interviews all the time. How many times we really see Raven get interviews on Sports or anything else? Or any other South Carolina player? We just don't see it like that. And that's unfortunate.
I am going to say this. Flau'jae benefits from, two, that other sports are excelling. South Carolina is the blue blood. The women's program is the blue blood of South Carolina. But you don't really hear about people from the other sports. So I think I'm just going to say LSU is always in the consciousness of sports, no matter what sport is being played. If that makes sense. Sometimes I think that aids us in always being a part of the conversation, because you got a gymnastics team, you got a track team, you got a baseball team, you got a football team, and all of this is going on year round. Whereas in South Carolina, people talk about Don them, but do they talk about the rest of their programs like that?
Nope. The last time, coach, if any player for any sport got that kind of publicity, besides Don, is Steve Spurrier when he was already famous for Florida.
Right, for Florida, yeah.
Yeah, he was already famous for Florida, so that fame for Florida went with him to South Carolina. And so there was always intrigue from the media from him from Florida that went to him for South Carolina, reason why he was, you know what I'm saying, in the media spotlight at South Carolina. Because even somebody like Asia Wilson, as great as she was at South Carolina, she didn't really get famous till she got to the W.
Right, yeah, that's true.
She didn't get famous at South Carolina. A lot of people ain't know who she was coming out of South Carolina. She got famous once she started rolling in the W as a great player. And so it's like they don't get the shine and the, you know what I'm saying, the media coverage like that. I don't know because they're a small school. I don't know because they don't got enough people in the media to really represent them. Whatever the reason may be, South Carolina do not get that type of coverage that an LSU get. That, and I'm going to get another school that get that type of coverage because they smart in how they position themselves. Like school like UConn.
Yeah.
Yes, UConn do a lot of winning, but UConn is smart to put a lot of their own in the media. Like you got Donna Taurasi in the media. You got Sue Bird in the media. You got Brianna Stewart a lot of times be in the media. And so when you got a lot of people in the media that's from a particular school, they're going to get that coverage because at the end of the day, they're representing that said school. So naturally that coverage going to fall off to what's going on in that school at that particular time. But like I said, South Carolina don't have that. You know, so they tried that one time with Aaliyah Boston. She did some like I guess national championship coverage. Was the 2024 year when South Carolina won. But other than that, they don't really got no representation in the media like that. Cause even Asia Wilson, she do her own press run, but even she don't be in the media like that. And so it's just like
they obsessed with her and Bam right now. But other than that. Yeah,
but not like, it don't trickle down to South Carolina and what South Carolina is doing.
No, not really. Yeah. I'm with you. I just
it's just one of those things that, like I said again, that's why Flau'jae get hated because she get hated from 3 separate directions, especially when it comes to the African American community. Her mother, she getting the hate. Angel fans giving her the hate, and then South Carolina fans giving her the hate. And so again, she just have to navigate those waters. And at the end of the day, she have to learn that, you know what I'm saying, what you say can and will be used against you in the court of law and the court of public opinion.
I blame I'm telling you, I'm a little different from you, just a tad. I blame all that on her mama.
Yes. Oh, of course, 100%. But I just had to separate from the 3. Yeah, I just had to separate the fan bases that's coming at her, the general fan base, the Angel fans, and the South Carolina fans. That's why I separated. But her mama did all of this, caused all of this, 100%.
Because she put that girl in an impossible situation.
Yes.
She wasn't gonna go against her mama. I blame her mama for the downfall of her and Angel's relationship because that girl was but 18, 19 years old. Her mama shouldn't have did none of that. And she had to choose a side and you gonna choose your mama. But I mean, and she's still not telling her mama off. But it's gonna come a time she gonna be like Beyonce and she gonna tell her daddy, and in this case her mama,
We're fired. I'm telling you. Because the truth of the matter is this, right? When it comes to her mother. Even that Angel situation, Angel mama started it. Angel mama brought that conversation public when she was talking about the punctuation and stuff like that. What Kia Brooks should have did was took the high road knowing that she was her manager and just said nothing. And guess who would have got that hate? Angel mama. Angel mama would have got that smoke. But the moment you instead of attacking the mother, you attack the child that's already going through a lot. In the media and with the white fans and everything else, with the MAGA fans and everything else, that's when it spun in a way where the mother, Kia Brooks got the blame instead of Angel Mama getting the blame for her actions when it came to the media. So get the money.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll get the money. Hold on, y'all. Thank you, Jeff Blaze, for the $2 super chat. He said, like Big Foe said, stay over there. Flau'jae good. I'm with you, Jeff Blaze.
Put it this way. I hope Flau'jae like Toronto or she like Portland. Because that's where she might be going. I'm just telling you, that's where she might be going. You know, Portland like smoke a lot of weed. So, you know, she like that ganja. So, you know, say she might fit good over there.
Well, let me tell you this. Wherever Big Foe going, we going.
Yeah, y'all going, because there ain't no we. You know what my allegiance lie.
Oh, you going too. You know why you going? To hate watch. That's why you go.
You know I love the hate watch. You know I love the hate watch. It brings the hate.
You going to hate watch. So
I
you'll
embrace
be
the
over
hate.
there, you'll be over there in the dark watching.
I embrace the hate. Cause like I said again, that's why we got 170 in the chat. I love y'all, man. I love y'all audience, man. I love y'all for watching us and listening to us, man. Y'all appreciate y'all. I love y'all being here tonight. Y'all hit that like button, you know what I'm saying? Let us, you know what I'm saying, let us get in the algorithm. But thank y'all for being here, man. But like I said, shit, you know I'm a hate watch. You know, I don't have no problem hate watching. I don't apologize for hate watching. I hate watch all the time. I hate watch Caitlyn. I hate watch them all. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's against the GOAT, I hate watch because I want to see you fail. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a hater like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't apologize. I don't apologize, Keisha.
That's why I roll with you, bro, because at least you tell the truth and shame the devil. Look, I am a hater. I troll, and it's a fetish of mine, and I can't let it go.
I don't apologize, Keisha. I hate watch. I hate watch. I hate watch Caitlyn. I hate watch. I hate watch. I even hate watch feet. You know what I'm saying? I like feet. But I hate watch. You know what I'm saying? Her and Goat be going at it. Goat be having to put her in chokehold. I hate watch. Now I hate watch them all.
I know you hate watch Kiki because you be hate watch.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know I hate watch Kiki. All Kiki want to be like mama had to send her ass to the room. You got them right. I hate watch Kiki. Nigga, you got like effed up Kiki. Yeah. I be hate watching Kiki. Yeah, her Kiki, I be hate watching. You know what I'm saying? Even Lil Bossa, cause you know what I'm saying? Whoopi Goldberg be throwing little shots at Angel. So I be hate watching that. Yeah, I be hate watching her podcast and all that.
Nothing wrong with a little hate watching.
Yeah, I get a little hate watching, you know what I'm saying? Candace Parker and Lil Boss, I'll hate watch y'all, and y'all dry podcast tastes like cough syrup. Hate watch. You got that like.
Yeah, I'll be hate watch. I'll be like, what they said now?
Sure do.
Oh, hell.
I can't be waiting to send it to you. As soon as I see it, I send it right to you. See? Then what we're talking about.
So are you saying that Kia Brooks was right in the call? That because she and Big Four is winning in life, and she got haters?
She gonna have haters because of those reasons that I named. But at the same time, Kia Brooks, you put a target on your daughter back, that shouldn't be done.
She did. Yeah, she did.
Because it's not like, you know what I'm saying? Flau'jae stepping her foot a little bit. Just step her foot in her mouth a little bit. Just like with the what's the girl name? Chavez with the, you know what I'm saying, City of Norman. You ain't have to do that.
City of Norman.
Leave that geek alone. She a geek. You ain't have to,
City of Norman.
yeah, she a geek. Why you messing with the girl, Flau'jae? Let the girl live. Or when you telling Breastford Club that you and Angel ain't friends no more, you ain't have to say that exact term. You could just say, hey, we don't talk like we used to, but you know, so I still love you. You know what I'm saying? It's just y'all got to be media trained sometimes. Y'all got to be media trained. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to be media trained. Kia Brooks, you got to be media trained, especially being her manager, because they already gonna look at you with a skeptical lens because you're an inexperienced agent. First of all, so they already gonna look at you, you know, with a lack of respect because you're an inexperienced agent trying to represent a high profile client, and then on top of that, you doing a lot of talking in the media. Now some of these organizations gonna be questioning like, if we draft Flau'jae and things go left, what the mama gonna say in the media that gonna really hurt the organization? I'm not gonna say it's gonna be a determining factor. But those questions gonna be asked in the organization that maybe want to pursue her, and they gonna ask themselves if she's worth that. You see what I'm saying? Because what you gotta understand, let's keep it real. Go ahead.
Kia got to stop going live
in the car.
She got to stop.
She gotta stop going live in that Range Rover. Nobody cares.
Hopefully, when she gets to the W Duval, I'm saying this with all seriousness. Hopefully she realized no matter how bad or good it's going for the team that Flau'jae goes to, she cannot be out there in the car ranting and raving.
Think about this for a second. Look what it did to Angel. Because of that stuff that happened at LSU, fair and unfairly, it hurt her stock. Everybody knows Zane should have been the second player pick in that draft. And everybody knows that the LA Sparks wanted Angel. They wanted, it was out of Angel and what Cam Brake. Magic and Kurt Miller wanted Angel. Kurt Miller still wanted Angel. He still say he wanted Angel. He said that probably in Dallas.
Yeah, she shouldn't have been 7.
He saying that publicly in Dallas that he still want Angel Reese. So you know what his alignment was? It was him and Magic Johnson wanted Angel Reese. But you know what I'm saying? Jeannie Buss, who's the owner, and the GM for the Sparks wanted Cam Brake. I guess because of California Times and whatever else. And they felt like she was better defensively and maybe had higher upside. Whatever that reason was. But I know part of what hurt Angel in her draft stock is what happened at LSU. Not from a playing standpoint. You know, part of it was, you know, saying her offense wasn't as polished. But it was the distraction. And people are asking themselves, do they want that distraction to come to their organization? Not understanding that she was an A-list superstar. And now they wish they had her because they would have made a lot of money because she made Chicago Sky a lot of money. A lot of moolah. Moolah, Keisha. She made Chicago Sky a lot of moolah. Dinero en español.
No matter the ball because they took that money and put it under their mattress.
I know, but dinero en español, dinero. That was Chicago made. They made a lot of dinero.
They're going to be in court in a couple of months because they've been hiding that money under the couch. The ball.
They've been hiding money in the bra. You know, y'all women put the money in the bra so the men won't see it. As if we want to stick our hand in there. But you know, that's another story another day. We, you know, so I ain't trying to catch no charge.
I'm going to be real with you. I agree with you to a certain extent. It's not going to be it's not going to be based on Flau'jae's basketball ability because I think, to be honest with you, I think she is
ultra talented.
I think she's ultra talented and she's W ready. That's my opinion.
I would say this. I'll say this about Flau'jae. Go ahead.
The only other thing I would say is, you know, Chicago Sky gonna be like, they already got so many people coming out telling them about themselves. Do they want to add Flau'jae mama to the mix of that?
They can't do it. They can't do it. But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I hate on Flau'jae. I hate why Flau'jae, but Flau'jae is ultra talented. Ultra talented. High upside is WNBA, all WNBA potential. I believe that. She is that talented. She go to the right coach. Flau'jae gonna be a top 10, if not top 5 player, if she go to the right coach, the right situation. Having said all that, can't go to the Sky. Cause I think you go to they drive to the Sky, you might well trade Angel now. Cause I think Angel will ask for a trade in. She don't want she don't want none of that. She already hate the Sky as it is. She don't need to talk about the Sky no more. She don't promote the Sky, nothing. She already feel like they're enemies. And you add that to that'd be an ultimate disrespect to her.
I think Angel would just probably be like, this is the Sky. She ain't naive no more.
Yeah.
She just be like, just biding my time.
I think she asked for a trade publicly right then though. I really do. Because like I said, I think that'll be the ultimate disrespect to her. Especially after all the stuff she going through as it is. To add that to the situation, nah man. She won't want that. It's not how you gotta understand what the emotional stress that situation with her mother in particular brought that woman. I think that'll be personal. That'll be personal.
I don't think she'll do that because
I think that'll be personal. I'm telling you. I think that'll be
USA team and all that. She's not doing that.
Yeah, I get that, but I think that'll be personal. She might not do it publicly, but I guarantee her agent will tell her she want to go. Get out of there. I guarantee her agent be telling her get out of there.
If you were talking about a different player, I just don't see that.
I think
because she might have to be back with Public Enemy. No, not Public Enemy. She might have to be back with
Van Sloot, and Area Atkins.
Not just Van and Area Atkins. So I think it's just gonna be a business relationship, like
And
Yeah,
she already don't. She don't say nothing to them.
don't
She
come close to my locker.
Yeah,
We
she don't
good.
say nothing to them. Even when Ariaka tried to talk to her, Angel looked at her. She don't say nothing to. So she already have a chip on the shoulder with the organization as it is. And then you
I
add
think
that to the
just like
organization, it'll just be it'll be an ultra sign of disrespect in
they
Angel
already
mind.
doing it.
And that's what I'm saying. In Angel mind, it'll be an ultra sign of disrespect. That's why
Right.
the only way that can happen, and she would be okay with it, her and Flau'jae will have to have a conversation. And whatever issue that
Angel
they have, they have to smooth that out.
Devon. Angel don't people don't care about what she feel or don't feel.
Yes, I agree with that. That's why she don't even represent the sky no more. You don't see her talk about the sky, promote the sky, because after Ricky years, even when they fired her coach, she promoted the sky. Let's be real. She don't even mention the sky. The only time she mentioned sky, she said, I'm still under contract. So she basically telling you, I'm here not to get fired. That was in December training camp. I'm telling you, she hate this guy. She hate their ass. And guess who I hate this guy? Duval, because I said fuck him. Fuck this guy. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I'm with Angel. I ride with Angel. She said fuck this guy. I said fuck this guy. We just buying our time so we get out of here. You know what I'm saying? When we go add for that trade, I promise you that. Either we go add for that trade or they better sell that team and get a new owner that we like. Other than that, we said fuck him with 2 middle fingers. I promise you that.
But I will say this: I am very intrigued by this. If if she do go, say because I think Toronto got a 6th pick, right?
Toronto got 6 and Portland got 7.
If she do get the 6th pick, I would love to see her with Sandy Brondello.
Sandy will get the best out of her. That'll be a great coach right there. She should be praying to get in that situation. Sandy would get the best out of her. I promise you that. Sandy would get the best out of Flau'jae. That'll be the perfect situation for her. That, and I'm not gonna lie. Another situation, she'll be going to the ops. It's the fever. She go to the fever where she don't have to be the first option or the second option or even the third option. And she could just grow into her role with Stephanie White and her creativity. I think that'd be a good situation for her too. Because Cassie Mitchell is not gonna play there forever. They might just give Cassie Mitchell a 1-year deal and then draft Flau'jae and just tell Cassie Mitchell, thank you for no thank you. See you later. You know what I'm saying? Because they got.
I really believe the ball that she'd do better on a team that she.
It's the guy. But I just say she'll do better with the fever because, like I said again, she don't have to be the guy. Cause I don't think what we seen Flau'jae, what we learned to fight Flau'jae the last 3 years is she can't be the best player on a winning team and carry that team where she want to go. Because it's not because of her play, it's because her leadership.
She don't need to be the leader of the team.
That's what I said. Her leadership is not there. But she could grow into that. She go to a team that already has other people that carry on that responsibility. Sometimes you just have to grow into, you know what I'm saying, you have to grow into your mindset, your body. Just like if you're a child,
you know
it's
why
like,
I say
go ahead.
You know why I say no to the fever? I don't want to see my girl behind the blonde barbers.
I know you don't. Maybe they don't bring back Sophie. Maybe they'll bring.
I'll be sitting there like, what the hell is happening here? I don't want to see that.
You know, Kid Brooks will do a lot of car Instagram. She'll be like Derrick Jackson. She'll be like Derrick Jackson doing a lot of Instagram talking behind Sophie Cunningham running her mouth. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, but I would think.
Kid Brooks sitting in the stands going, whoopee, because it's not like Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hub are these great starters. So to watch her, if they because Caitlin, they all cool.
Oh yeah, 100%.
For her to be sitting up in there behind the blonde Barbies, I don't know if that's going. I don't know. At least I wouldn't want to see it. I'm gonna say that I'm not gonna be like Kia Brooks going live in my car. I just go live up here on my channel and be like Duvall.
Think about this. Think about this for a second. Let's keep it real. See, this is how funny and how hypocritical a lot of these WNBA fans and players are. Everybody was mad because the GOAT had her podcast. Now everybody got a podcast, including Sophie Cunningham. Sophie Cunningham got her own podcast, right? Had Leslie Hall as a guest. And talk about how her and Caitlyn are BFF. And they go to, in the case of Leslie Hall, her and Caitlyn go to Davies concerts and go golfing together. Her and Sophie and Caitlyn go golfing together. And they went to Yankee games together and all that shit. And so, you got all that, right? And then you add Flau'jae to the mix. And then, you know what I'm saying, they clicking up like that. I don't know how Kid gonna handle that. But I do think Flau'jae need to be in a situation where she don't have to be the guy right away. She could grow into that leadership role. Even like a Vegas Aces, that'll be a perfect situation. Where she don't have to be the guy. She don't have to be the guy right away. She could grow into that role. It's just like, it seems like right now, Flau'jae, and I don't want to say this in a negative way, it's like Flau'jae is like, she's too much of an introvert. It's like she's too quiet. And when she says something as if she's trolling, but she's not showing that leadership ability yet.
Oh, so you think she'd be over there rapping with Caitlyn and Leah Boston?
All that. Talking shit about Angel every chance they got.
No,
all that.
You think they'll be in the rap in the rap video?
All that. It won't reach the top 100, but they'll be in the rap video. You know what I'm saying? It just talking shit about Angel. I'm telling you, in the rap video, I'm telling you. And that's just like, but Flau'jae, I'm gonna say this again, ultra talented, all WNBA level talented, but she's not a leader. She don't have the leadership quality yet, so she needs to be on a team where she don't have to be the guy yet, and she could grow into that role.
Okay, I can go with that.
Or go to a great coach. Cause like I said, if you see her with a team like what's the team called? Golden State. If she put her with Golden State with Natalie, I can see her game growing with Kayla Thornton and Veronica Burton. That'd be a great situation for her. Like I said, somebody said the dream. I don't think the dream is that. And I don't think the dream is a situation where she would thrive in as of this moment. Because what's she gonna play? She gonna come off the bench? Or who gonna play the three? Because Ryan Howard's the two.
Right. I mean, do they have a three? Let me see. Let me think about that team.
Because they got Bree Jones, Brittany Griner, well, Nas Hibbins. I guess she the fail.
They're close. Well, I mean, they do need the three then.
So they're going to put Flau'jae at the three. Because Ryan Howard ain't going at the three. So you got, that three is Alicia Gray.
Yeah. Didn't know. I had to think.
Because remember, you got Jordan Canada, Ryan Howard, Alicia Gray, and then you got Bree Jones and Brittany Griner or / Nas Hillman, later on in the season.
Yeah, I had to remember exactly who was on that team. Hold on. Thank you for the $2 super chat. He said, thank you, Jeff Blaze. He said 4 is going 3rd or 4th. Trade Angel, ? 4 will go 5th.
Now, can I respond to that or you?
Go ahead.
She can't go 3rd or 4th. Because like I said, even if they don't get Lauren Betts, number one. And speaking of Lauren Betts, y'all go check out my Lauren Betts video on Full Court Trio. And please check out my That's So Raven video on Full Court Trio. I truly appreciate y'all support. Y'all will like what I have to say on there. Y'all will be entertained. But either way, either Lauren Betts don't go number 1. All fair gonna go number 1. Then you got Minnesota and Seattle. They gonna go those guards. They gonna go either Fudd or Olivia Miles or Fudd. One of those two gonna be flip-flop. So that's gonna be your 2-3 right there. So then you got Washington. Washington's interesting. Washington do need a 3. They got their 1, which is Amore. They got their 2, which is Citron. They got their 4, which is Kiki. And 5th could be Shakira Austin if she decide to stay. But they don't have a 3 as of yet. Now, say what's it called? Melbourne and Inkster.
Inkster, whatever, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They play the 3 at times, but they not good enough to start over Flau'jae. But I just don't see Washington going in that direction that early, at least as of yet. Now, if Angel get traded, yes, Chicago would need somebody to do. They would never be able to fulfill Angel's shoes because she's just too famous. But they'll need somebody just famous enough to keep the audience honest, at least initially, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Because they can't trade Angel and not have something there for somebody to be intrigued by initially. Because they would lose a big portion of their fan base if Angel gone. They know that. So they would have to have something there for people to be intrigued at least a little bit. So Flau'jae would fit the number 5 spot if that was to happen, because they would need something to try to advertise to their audience. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm. So that's why I would say Jeff Blaze, my brother. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes, I do. Either way, I mean, Washington might pull a trigger. I don't know. Just depends on. But a lot of teams, like I will say this, a lot of teams do need a 3.
Yes.
There's not a whole bunch of 3s in this
league. No, not at all.
In this draft, go ahead.
But I was gonna say the wild card is this: if Beth don't go 1, she going 4. She not falling past 4.
Right.
Because, like I said again, even if they was to resign Shakira Austin, they could easily trade her and put bets there. So she could do a sign and trade situation if they know they could get bets. Or they could just have bets play off the bench for a year. And then they trade Shakira Austin later. But she won't go past 4. She's too big of a talent to get past Washington that's still trying to build a championship type team. So I don't think she would go past 4. So if Beth don't go 1, she would go 4. But if Beth go 1, then I think Chicago Sky go trade the 4 to get Olivia, and then let whoever wants to get at 5. Could be Flau'jae at that point, or could be Niquez or whoever they like at that particular juncture.
Well, I agree. It's gonna be intriguing. I can't wait for the draft, to be honest with you. Even though I'm not looking forward to what Chicago gonna do, because they're not getting my undivided attention like they did last year, because they been doing silly stuff. But go ahead.
I was gonna say I can't wait for free agency, because free agency gonna tell me what a lot of teams gonna do in the draft. Gotcha. That was the good thing about free agency being so close this year. You gonna know what a team gonna do in the draft by what they address in free agency. Because just like I said again, like I said in my video, like I said, please check my video out, bets with Full Court Trio and That's So Raven. What I said in the video was like, if Dallas gets somebody like Izzy McAboy, then you don't need a center anymore. Right. Izzy McAboy, even though she's not what she once was, but she's still a great shot blocker. She's still capable of getting you 12 to 13 points a game, especially with a team where Paige is on there, where she's going to get a lot of like double teams and looks. So, it's going to be an upper looks for the big man. They want to really utilize, Paige being double teamed, among other things. But if you get an Izzy McAboy on the team, you're not going to go Betts or RFL number 1. I just don't see that. You'll go easy for it in that scenario. Because now you want to upgrade your guard help. Because you can upgrade your guard help and then turn around and trade like Sinai James and Quintley, and get whatever you get for them. If you go the easy foot route.
And a place, I don't know where Connecticut is picking, but I would love to see her in Houston too.
Oh yeah. I think Connecticut. Remember, we got Connecticut pick. We got Connecticut pick, and then Connecticut picking like 10th or something like that.
Oh, they're not picking to 10, but
Yeah,
yeah,
they picking
I,
far down.
I would love to see that. That would be a good marriage, I think, for her to be on the new team, the comments and but
Not only that, but
to me,
then you got the Houston market when it comes to her entertainment and rap career. So they very vibrant in that area. You know what I'm
yes.
saying? So that would be great for her for outside adventures. So
Hmm.
Houston would be great for her when it comes to Flau'jae among what I'm saying, places that she will probably desire. She probably would desire to go to Connecticut and suck it up for a year to get traded and then get moved to Houston.
Right. Because it'll only be 1 year. You know what
One
I mean?
year.
Yeah. So,
It'll be
uh,
one. But again, you know what I'm saying? We said enough about Flau'jae. We can move on. Like I said again, I want to say, I hate Flau'jae and I hate watch her. She is ultra, ultra talented with a lot of upside. And she go to the right situation. Look out. She would do great things in this league.
I agree. But look at that. See, we agree on something. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, we about to
Yeah.
get off this topic. Hit the like button, chat. Please hit the like button. Our last topic of the day is the training camp came out for Team USA out there in Arizona, and they had some noticeable people missing
Mm-hmm.
from the um from the roster. But right now, Asia Wilson is back, y'all. She is back. She's gonna be at women's national team April 2026 training camp along with Sabrina. But here's the list of the names. The names are Monique Billings. Billings back, Duvall.
Mm-hmm.
Billings, Michaela Blakes,
I love
Cam
Michaela Blake.
Brink. Me too. Paige Beckers, Ray Burrell, Veronica Burton, Fee, Steph Dawson, Rakia Azare, Stevens Duvall,
Mm-hmm.
Brittany Sykes, Kayla Thornton, Juju, and of course I already said Asia Wilson. So Duvall.
Yeah.
Caitlin and Angel are missing from this list.
Mm-hmm.
They are missing from this list. Do you think this is they gonna let the old veterans run it back, or are they just trying to try out different options and efforts to trim down this roster and actually give everybody a chance to showcase their skills in front of these new coaches? Do you think it's just that, or they just? What do you think?
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna be honest. That's why I don't understand why a lot of these MAGA fans, CC fans, are panicking, saying why CC's not out in the tryout. What this telling you is that CC and Angel already made the team. They don't need to do it again. They don't need to do it again. They already made the team. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these players that trying out again, like Burton and Rakia, whatnot, they trying to find out if they could make maybe one more spot that they got open. Well, I don't know what that one more spot is. Cause like I said, when we went down through the roster, we did feel like it was one or two holes left. You know what I'm saying? Now the surprising part is Leah Boston is not on the list. So they already tell Leah Boston she made it, and she just gonna go to.
Unless she's still hurt, I don't know.
It could be, but it's surprising that she's not on the list. Maybe she don't go to September. But like I said again, you know what I'm saying? I think they may be telling Asia and Sabrina to try out just out of respect, just to see where they at, where their game is at. But I'm sure they already made the roster. You know what I'm saying? That like Paige Becker, I think she having an event out there with Phoenix, I think, and then also ain't on UConn doing something out there.
I'm not sure.
From what I read on Twitter, she had an event already out there. That's why she only gonna be out there for one day. I think she only gonna be out there for that Friday.
Okay.
So I think that's why she's out there. But like the Ray Burrells and all them, the Azrae Stevens and Sabrina, not Sabrina, but like Brittany Sykes and all them, they just want to see if they can maybe see if they, you know what I'm saying, if they are a better option than what they probably already have in their mind when it comes to, let's just say, like a Ryan Howard. Because I think Ryan Howard made herself on the team, in my opinion, or Kai Copper. I think one of those two already made on the team.
Because they got other people missing. Chelsea Gray is missing.
Yeah. Because I think all of them made the roster.
Kai is missing. Ryan Howard is missing. Who else?
Yeah, there's plenty of people missing. Because, like I said,
Hamby is missing.
Kelsey Plum missing.
Kelsey Plum is missing.
But I think Hamby ain't making it. But Kelsey Plum missing. Kiki's not on here, so she missing. So they probably already told her she's not going to make it. So it's like, they just, like I said again, they might just want to take one more look at somebody like Rakia. Will Rakia be a better option there? Because they still need wings. Because when I named the team, what I think will be the 2028 Olympics, they got a lot of guards, they got a lot of big men with versatility, but who are they wings? And the two people that I named that's wings eligible would be Kai Copper and Ryan Howard. Because all the other people that I named that might make the team, which is Caitlin, Paige, you know what I'm saying? Caitlin Paige, you know what I'm saying? Plum, Gray, Sabrina, they are guards. So that's 5 guards I named. And then the big man could be, you know what I'm saying, Leah Boston, Angel, you know what I'm saying, Stewie, you know what I'm saying, Fee, you know what I'm saying, Asia. And they decide to bring Alyssa Thomas, which I think is unlikely, but they bring that. That's 6 big man. I named you 5 guards. So now you got Ryan Howard and Kai Copper doing your only quote unquote wings. They might feel like they need more wings than that. You see what I'm saying? So they want to take a second look at a Rakia Jackson and see would she be a better option than maybe taking a Kelsey Plum to the Olympic team.
And I want to make sure everybody know this is just a training camp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It's like 3 days.
It's still a training camp, but they still trying to configure their roster.
Oh no, I'm just saying for the people that's like, why this one ain't going, this one ain't going. They are still like they want to have a certain number of people in camp so they can properly evaluate them, not mesh them all together while they evaluate. That's just my opinion.
But I think some of the people that didn't go already made it, in my opinion. Caitlin already made it. Angel already showed enough she made it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hamby did good in the U.S., you know, qualified team, but who you going to take her over? And that's, you know what I'm saying, that's the issue with Hamby. And Hamby is horrible, not say horrible, but she poor defensively. And, you know what I'm saying, super value defense. You see what I'm saying? So, yes, they're going to have these training camp, but you kind of already know who made the roster. Can we be honest about that?
I'm just intrigued that Sykes is there. You know, I like Sykes. You know, I can be honest about what I think the roster is going to be, but I ain't gonna knock. I'll put it to you like this. I like the way Sue Bird is handling this because it felt like before Cheryl Reeves has decided who her people were, and that was it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that was it. And it seemed like Sue Bird is going through what the way she's doing it is like I'm gonna introduce people to the USA program, and whether they make it or not make it, at least I got to see them up close and personal to make some determination with my coaches, and we go from there. And we can use it as a publicity kind of, you know, promote the team, promote Team USA by bringing different stars. So now, I guess Enrique is through with it all, huh?
She knows she ain't making it. So we move past that. But I will say this. When it comes to the difference between Cheryl Reeves and I want to say Sue Bird.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cheryl Reeves wanted a lot of people that had versatility. It's not defensive versatility, but like, you know what I'm saying, like big man versatility. Some people, because remember on Cheryl Reeves' team, Fee played the three at times, Stewie played the three at times. You know what I'm saying? Asia had, was part of the big and small lineup. They did a lot of experiment. I think Sue Bird is looking for a lot of specialists. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like, she going to be like, well, Angel, you going to make the team because I need somebody that just going to be rebounding and play great defense. You know what I'm saying? Fee, you going to make the team because I need somebody that could play the three at times in a pinch when I want to go to certain lineups. You know what I'm saying? It seems like Sue Bird team gonna have a lot of specialists, unlike Cheryl Reed team that had a lot of that had a lot of versatility between the guards and the forwards. Do that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do.
So that's how it seemed to me. It seemed like Sue Bird looking for a lot of specialists, more so than Cheryl Reed will look for a lot of people that could play a lot of positions. And that's how I think how the team is gonna be set up. And so it's just like they looking for a lot of like Sue Bird is looking for specialists who do a special thing for a special situation.
I got you.
So that's why I say I can see a situation where because Ryan Howard shot the three ball so well, they might put her on the team and say, hey, I just want you to just shoot threes when I need you in the game.
Yeah.
It seems like if they gonna have a special, they gonna put like they put Caitlin in the game. They gonna be like, Caitlin, I need you to just push the pace, push the tempo. Speed up the tempo, speed up the pace. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when it comes to like somebody like a Chelsea Gray, they might look at, hey, you the Wiley variant. I just need you to slow down the offense and run our sets. That I just feel like when it comes to Sue Bird team, she's looking for a lot of specialists, and unlike Cheryl Reed team that just wanted a lot of versatility. Anybody can play any spot at any time. That just seemed like it to me.
Mm-hmm. And it is being reported that Fee is gonna be there, but she's not participating. Same thing. I think it was gonna happen uh, with Juju. I think they just gonna be there, but they're not gonna um, partake in any of it. So
I
I'm
think
just telling
Juju
you,
limited. Juju's limited, and
yeah, and
I
Fee
seen the
not gonna be in
report.
it.
I seen the report. They said Juju limited.
So now, as a Ray, it's interesting.
I'm gonna tell you who interested to me is Michaela
Who?
Blakes, cause they might see. I'm gonna tell you why that name is interesting to me. Cause I don't think that
Mm.
name is interesting to me for 2026. That name interesting to me for 2028.
Her
They might
coaches, her coaches accompanying her.
yes. So they might her and Juju might be the wild card in this. They might just not carry Ryan Howard or Kai Copper and say we just gonna go fully young.
Mm.
Now that might be a mistake because, like I said
That's a
again,
mistake.
you know say this gonna be the most competitive Olympics in WNBA history when it comes to when they go to the Olympics in 2028. You already gonna be youngish as it is with Caitlin Page and Angel and Leah Boston. You already got 4 first timers right there. Something that never been done before in the history of the Olympics. For all time USA Olympics. So they already gonna have 4 first timers. That's why Ryan Howard's spot could be in trouble. Cause like, do they want really 5 first timers? Or would they want somebody that has some experience that they could put in, if, you know what I'm saying, if the game get tight and people booty, you know what I'm saying, get tight. You know, that limit booty.
And what's going on with Kelsey Mitchell? She not
Maybe she's not
okay.
interested.
Maybe she's not interested.
That could be the case. Like Alicia Gray never tried out. Maybe she not interested in playing 5-on-5. Maybe she loves the 3-on-3 thing.
Maybe she do. It's interesting. I don't see, because Alicia Gray is another name that I don't know. I don't know about.
That's what I'm saying. She might just be like, I love the 3-on-3. Let me stay over there. It's not as much pressure as being on the national USA team.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just like, so some people just have their preference. But I just think it's interesting to me with Michaela Blades and Juju because it's they thinking 2 years ahead instead of right now. Because I think they're going to be constantly tweaking that roster. So just because you make the World Cup team, that means you're going to make the Olympic team. Like Cheryl Reed's team was, if you made the World Cup team, you made the Olympic team. Is that correct?
I'm not sure about that. Maybe somebody can answer that in the chat. Because it seemed like Cheryl Reeves didn't go through all this looking at people.
No, I think that's what I said. I think her World Cup roster.
That's why Enrique was like, "Yeah,
I'm good on
sorry,
that.
no, I'm not."
That's why I think her World Cup roster, Cheryl Reed World Cup roster, was her Olympic roster. Is that correct?
Well, let me go look up her World Cup. What year are you talking about?
2022. It'll be 2022 because the 2024 was the Olympic team.
World Cup roster 2022. Let me go look
Yeah.
up. Google is your friend. Google is friend. Let's go see here. Team USA. Oh, I gotta put in women basketball.
Yes.
And
And put it up on the screen. Put it up on the screen.
Well, okay, let's see. I'm about to bring it up. World. Okay, accept. Okay. Oh, I got it. Nope, that didn't mean that. Hold on, let me see. Hold on, let me bring this down, y'all, and I'll show y'all.
So she ain't have the same
Because
roster as the Olympic team?
no, because somebody sitting up here that I didn't know was even on the, because yeah,
So
you got Kai, AT, Shakira Austin is here.
Mm-hmm.
Asia, Breonna Jones wasn't on that final team.
Mm-hmm.
Atkins wasn't on that final team.
Mm-hmm.
And but Nigel Hamilton.
Now, with a couple of these players, I said Shakira Austin. Was that around the time Brittany Griner was in prison?
I don't know. Brittany Griner came home. I thought she came home before. Came home.
I thought she was in prison at that time.
Let me see when she came home from Russia. She came back in December 2022.
So they had a World Cup already at that time.
Yeah.
So that could have been a spot. I don't know what happened to
But
Atkins.
yeah, 'cause she didn't make the final cut. No.
Because okay, Chelsea Gray, I was looking for her. Who
Yeah,
else I
she's
look
there.
for? Jackie Young. Jackie Young made the final roster because Jackie Young wasn't Jackie Young yet at that point.
Bree Jones is up there, but she didn't make it either.
Nah.
And
AT
Fee
was
is
the
missing.
yeah. Fee was missing. I think Fee was hurt. Remember, no, Fee had the baby. Remember, Fee had that baby around that time.
Mm-hmm.
So she had the baby then, or she was coming off of having the baby. One of those two.
Right.
So that's why Fee wasn't there. Like I
So
said,
I don't know.
So like Brittany Griner wasn't there because of prison. Fee was coming off of having the baby, so that would make sense with the Bree Jones situation. Ari Atkins, I think that was Jackie Young's spot. Jackie Young wasn't Jackie Young yet. And so, who else I'm missing from the USA team? Oh, I know who the other person that's missing.
Who?
Remember Diana Taurasi didn't play on that national team, but she played on the Olympic team because, again, that was the senior spot. That was that, Hall of Fame, legendary, hey, we're going to give you a one last hurrah. Mm-hmm. So she maybe got exempt from playing this World Cup because, they knew she was going to play on the Olympic team for the last time. So that was another person, like Diana Taurasi was missing. So that's why I said that makes sense. But it was closely the main roster, right? It was closely the main roster.
Minus 4 people.
Yeah, and so the 4 people that made sense were Brittany Griner was in prison. Like I said, Fee was just coming off of having a baby. You had, like I said again, down to Rossi. They wasn't gonna want her to play this and then do the Olympics. So she maybe had the exemption. And then Jackie Young, Jackie Young wasn't Jackie Young yet. Because Jackie Young made the 2024 Olympic team and Ariaka didn't. What I think it was, go ahead.
No, I'm listening to you.
I think what Sue Bird team is, because she's so much pressure, her roster going to be constantly evolving. So even the people that are making the World Cup team still trying out, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So you know what I'm saying? They still trying out.
I think she's going to be still cutting down until last.
Flipping that roster. That's why I said the Michaela Blades and the Juju part is interesting to me. Because what happened is both Ryan Howard and Kyle Copper be like, not as good, and they be like, we go another direction. And we just go completely young. Because Michaela Blades is a beast. So is Juju. And they might feel like we don't have a completely young roster, but that talent gonna overcome their inexperience. We don't know how they're thinking. So that's what's the intriguing part to me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With this whole thing. Because we don't know how they're thinking. We don't know how they're thinking. We don't know what type of roster they really want to have. We just speculate.
Right. I don't know.
We don't know what type of roster they want to have. But I'm going to say this. And I'm finna make some South Carolina fans mad because I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, Keisha. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, Keisha. I'm telling you, I'm finna make them mad. I don't give a fuck, Keisha. I'm telling you right now.
Are you really about to do it?
I'm finna go there. I don't give a fuck, Keisha. How many we got in check? I'm finna tell you right now. We got 155 in check. I don't give a fuck, Keisha. I'm finna go there. I'm finna go there, Keisha. I'm finna tell you right now.
What?
Asia, what you finna get off that 9 though? You finna get off that 9, Asia. You finna get off that 9. You finna come off that 9, Asia. You finna come off that 9. I bet you that. I bet you that. You finna come off that 9. I bet you that. I bet you that, Chet. I bet you that, Chet. She finna come out that motherfucking 9. I bet you that.
Not coming.
I bet you that. I bet you my go square up with her. I bet you my go give her one. I bet you my go to give her that fade. I bet you my go give her that fade. She finna come out that motherfucking 9.
She not coming up off that 9.
She finna come out that 9. My go say give her a fade. Then give her a fade in the middle. Middle folk. 1-on-1, my nigga.
If you already bought the 9 jersey, you just in the way.
Nah. My goat say you finna go for that 9. You come off that fade then. She don't say come in that. Give me that fade in the middle of the court then. Square. Give me one. You finna come out that 9. That's what she finna do.
She not coming up off that 9. I'm sorry.
She finna come out that 9. I don't care if she the GOAT. I don't care if she the real GOAT. She finna come out that 9. She finna get another number. I tell you that much.
They're gonna have to print a new jersey for Angel. She's going to be 10.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you that much.
She 10 over there where she's supposed to be.
I'm gonna tell you that much. GOAT gonna say you gonna come out that 9 though. you are a little boss gonna square up in the middle of the court. Y'all can both give me one-on-one fade. Both of y'all can give me that one-on-one fade. That's all I can give you, that one-on-one. You know what I'm saying?
Why, Chad? You see what I got to deal with? Do he really think the GOAT giving up her number?
She finna come out that 9.
No.
She finna come out that 9. That's what she finna do.
She's like, no, the GOAT is here.
Now she the real GOAT, but you finna come out that 9 though. You finna get a new number. You finna get a new number. You finna pass that 9 down like it's tradition.
No. Thank you for warming the jersey up for me, Angel. Let me go and get that up option.
Then we got 170. We got 175 in check. She finna come out that 9 though. GOAT say you finna come out that 9. You square up with her. You are a little boss. Whichever one y'all want to do. You square up. Both of y'all can meet me in the middle. Square, give me the fade.
Angel gonna be slapping Angel with that baby powder. Let her try. Come take that 9.
Now one of y'all finna come out that 9.
Mama here. Go sit down, little girl.
Nah, she finna come out that 9 though. I don't care South Carolina mad. Angel say you finna come out that 9. You finna get a new number. You finna start a new tradition.
You know
You
what
finna
this
come out
all
that
about,
9.
right, Chad? He already bought the jersey, and now he at home think,
You gotta come out that
Angel
9.
Wilson?
You
Yes,
got
that's what you about to do. You about to rep her. Because she ain't coming off that 9, Devon. You done messed up.
She got to come out that 9. What Kiki number was? She finna get Kiki number.
No. You want the GOAT to get some rookie's number?
Yeah, she finna come out that 9 though. That 9 stay home. Just like on what's that movie called? What's Love Got to Do with it? And Ike Turner say, hey, anime. You can have all the other stuff, but that ain't got my blood on it. That ain't stay home. See, Tina Turner, that ain't stay home. That my daddy blood.
Yeah, and she gonna get slapped like Tina in the limo if she asks for that 9. That's what gonna happen to her.
She ain't gonna ask for nothing. She gonna say, Adrian, you gonna come out that 9. That's what she gonna tell us. She say, hey, you gonna come out that 9. I hope you like 10 or 15. You get 15, but you gonna come out that 9. That 9 man.
I don't even know how I deal with this dude, y'all.
That's what I'm telling you.
No.
She gonna come out that 9. That what Goat gonna tell her. Goat gonna say you gonna come out that 9. You gonna raise up off that 9. Fuck what you talking about.
Don't worry about what he talking about. All he gonna be doing is doing the Olympics because he's already bought the jersey. He gonna be repping Asia Wilson. That's what's gonna happen to him.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. Angel gonna say, hey, you gonna come out that 9. Fuck what you talking about. That 9 stay home. She said you better hold 10 available. She said you better hold 10 available.
Look, it's on the screen, chat. Asia Wilson is a 9. Her number is 9. There it is right there. Right there. For the ball to see. 9.
She gonna come out that 9. She better hold 10 available. She better hold 10 available. Cause you said you don't come out that 9. Cause you know so we already claimed that stay home. That's in the blood.
Now, what's interesting is Fee ain't got no number.
Fee gotta get 15 then.
You
gotta get Kiki number. You gotta get Kiki number 15. Fee.
Yeah,
you gotta get Kiki number.
Yeah, she ain't got no number.
We can't make you number 0 because it's on the 4 through 15. 4 through 15. So you gotta come out that. You gotta get that 15 or 13. One of them 2 numbers. But you gonna come out. She gonna tell Asia you gonna come out that 9 though. I tell you that much.
Devon, you started controversy. You just want them. You just want them South Carolina front ends to come for you anyway. You enjoy it, but there ain't nobody coming off no 9. Y'all stop it in the chat. Talking about Rachel better stop it. Y'all, we about to look. We 2 hours in, Devon.
Now Richard Ben said. Richard Ben said. I want 9 Krispy Kremes, hot and ready. That was Rachel Ben said. I want 9 Krispy Kremes, hot and ready. That's what she want. 9 Krispy Kremes with the red light special.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that too, Felicia. Fee had surgery again. She won't practice.
You gotta do the money thing for
Yeah, she just gonna be that Fee. I mean, Fee. She just gonna be. Well, she is Fee, Felicia. Fee just gonna be there rolling on her scooter. That's what she gonna be doing.
Thank you, Chocolate Girl, for becoming a member. We appreciate you. And let me tell you something. And I heard somebody say she ain't make Camilla call out that 10. Man, let me tell you something.
Shots fired. I gotta put this up. Shots fired at Devon. Devon, you might not recover from this. AC said Angel couldn't even make Camilla come off that 10.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you what the difference is. Angel knew she was gonna make that 5 pop. And that's what she did. When we say 5, when we say 5, what we think? We don't even think paid. We say 5, we say Angel. We made that 5 pop. So she said Camilla.
Now,
We knew Camilla drafted first, so she got first option. So now we're like, okay, we want to make that 5 pop. And so what happened? That 5 is popping now. So we can't do 5 for the Olympics. We can't do 5 because that's they have the 4 through the 8 for like the guards. And then the 10, and then they had Diane Taurasi at 12 because they want to get at the Caitlyn. I guess that got to be tradition. But that 9, she said, "Edge, you got to come out that 9."
Wait. So what you saying is she going to make the GOAT come off a number.
Yeah.
The Brazilian.
But she wasn't Angel yet because, they dropped in the draft.
Even though she the face of the franchise. No?
Not yet. Not at that point. They dropped her for no reason. They dropped her. They thought she was gonna get cut in training camp and everything. She wasn't GOAT at that point. Nah. I'll tell you, she'll make Camilla come out that team now. I bet she make Camilla come out that team now. I guarantee you that. If she won that 10, she'll make Camilla come out that 10 now. I guarantee that.
Nah, you got him.
I guarantee that. But at that time, she had all these distractions and all this stuff attached to her name. That's why she dropped number 7. And so they were like, nah, I got to come in and be good soldier. I can't, make no waves. But once she became GOAT, she gonna make some changes.
So Asia gonna tell her, once you go make that other game come off her number, we'll have a conversation.
You act like she won't square up with Camilla. She'll square up with Camilla big ass. You got like fucked up. GOAT will square up with Camilla big ass. Slang her ass around that goddamn floor. Y'all got like F. Y'all forget how strong Angel is.
The GOAT gonna tell her, until you work that out, don't step to me, player.
Nah, she gonna come out that 9. Watch this here. That what she gonna do. She gonna come out that 9. She gonna come out that 9. That's what she gonna do.
Meanwhile, he want Angel to go into another GOAT's house and take their jersey.
Take that 9. Get off that 9. Now she gonna go to Edge. She'll say, "I need that." She gonna cut them heads together. Hey, I need that. Right there. Give it that. I need that. She gonna say, "I need that." She ain't gonna say, "I want that." She gonna say, "I need that."
Look, Jacob, I'm not even putting it up on the screen. We about to get up out of here, and I don't want him to crash out. Chad, thank you for being a part of this live stream.
Yeah.
Asia Wilson, you to go.
Now she gonna come out that 9 though. That's what she gonna do.
Don't listen to the ball.
And before we get off, since we still got 146 in the chat, go check out my 2 videos on Full Court Trio. I've been promoting it all night. I want y'all to check it out after y'all leave this live. Check out That's So Raven. You will love it. Check out, Bets where she would go in the draft. You will love that too. And check out the fact that I'm finna make another video telling you that Asia finna come out that 9. She finna come out that 9.
You gonna open your front door and Bam out of by you gonna be standing right there in the front though.
I don't care about the Nigerians. Oh mama. Oh his mama. You know what I'm saying? I will tell him, get that 9 so my GOAT tell you come out that 9. That's what I would tell him. That's what I would tell him, Keisha.
Bam gonna be waiting for your ass.
And that's why I would tell Bam, get that 9 so my GOAT say, get off that 9. I need that. I don't want that. I need that. So I'm telling you, she gonna come out that 9. She gonna come out that 9. That's what she gonna do. Now let's wrap this show up, cause like I say, I'm getting mad, cause you know what I'm saying, y'all ain't gonna tell me my GOAT ain't gonna get that 9. She gonna make Asia come out that 9.
Yeah. Somebody say get 99. Anyway, y'all, thank y'all for being here. Hit the like button on the way out the door. If you haven't hit the like button, like Duvall say, go over there to the Full Court Trio. Check out his videos. They are very informative and funny and crazy. So that's that. We'll be back on Thursday breaking down whatever topics is out here in the sports world. Anything else, Duvall?
She gonna come out that 9. That's what she gonna do.
Whatever. We out, chat.
Peace.